Hello everyone, good afternoon. I just want to show you today how to set up. I'm just going to give you a Gns3 tutorial from the start all the way to advanced. So I just want you to stay tuned and be ready to start your journey of Gns3 usage. So basically Gns3 is a very good application or good emulation thing that you can enjoy doing your labs in Cisco, in the working in Cisco, Juniper, everything. But today I'm going to show you at the Cisco side. So if I go here and I write gns3.com, this is where you want to download your free software. So you say like free software, you click it. By the way, I'm using a Mac. So I'm using a Mac. I'm not using, you see, I'm using a Mac with a Big Sur of 11.6. That is what it is, the version, but it's a Mac OS. I'm using it. Okay, so you wanna install, you wanna download this Mac version. The latest version we are running is 2.2.32. so we have a Windows. So if you are running Windows, you download from here. If you are on Mac, you download from here. If you're using a Linux machine, you download from here. Okay, when we do that, because I've already done it, I don't need to go do. I don't need to download again. Okay, if you want to be optimal performance and you want to have the Gns3 to support viral images, you download the Gns3 VM. So Gns3 VM, again, it supports VMware, Workstation and Fusion, and you download from here, and you support, and it supports Microsoft Hyper-V, and it supports VMware ESXi. But I've got all those. So if I go here, because this file is a bit large, it's 1 gig.5, so it needs a bit of time to download. So I pre-download it, and then if I go my download here, I will show you. I've got Gns3 right here, the latest one I just showed you, 2.2.32 for the Gns3. Let me go back. For the Gns3 2.2.32, that's what I've got in here. And GNS VMware, GNS VM. If I write GNS VM is this one. I downloaded, or this one, whichever. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna open this. Okay, this Gns3, and then I will have a Gns3, because now it's compressed. So now I will have a one that is not compressed. So now I have the Gns3 right here. And now what I'm gonna do now, I think I installed the Gns3 as well. So if I go to my application, I installed the Gns3. So, but what I'm gonna do now, just to make you aware of, I'm gonna delete from the application. I'm gonna reinstall the Gns3, the latest one. So I'm gonna come here, move to the bin. So now I don't have a Gns3 at all. Okay, I don't have a Gns3 at all. So now what I'm gonna do, now let me close this page, since I have the download already. And let me go to let me go to my application, and anyway, we can either do. So let me install the Gns3 first. So let me try to Gns3, this guy. I double click it, then I'm gonna drag to my application. For that reason, it is already installed. When it finishes, it is already installed to our system, to our Macbook. Okay, now if I go to my applications, I have my Gns3 here, you see. So if I click there, I'm running Gns3. You see, so it says like this app is downloaded. Is an app downloaded from the internet. Are you sure you want to open it? I say yes, and then you see it. So here we go. We have Gns3, but I just don't want a local Gns3. I want to have Gns3 and connected with Gns3 VMware. Okay, if I go here, I already have VMware Fusion. So if I click it here, and I will have it. So I will go file, but before I go file, I have to go to download, and then I will choose this Gns3, this one, that one. I will choose it. So now if I go to my Mac and close it, VMware station, I will go file, and then I will open, and then I want to open Gns3 VM, and then I am gonna take it, this Gns3 here VM, and then I'm gonna take, why is it not allowing this all the time? So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna click, I'm gonna go to download, I'm gonna go to Gns3 VM, and then I'm gonna double click this file Gns3 VM .ovf, and then I will go, when it comes this, and then I will go next, and then I will just allow to put it in the virtual machine, save, and then it is importing the Gns3 VM right now. So what I've done, I've just done download, and then I went to my Gns3 VM, and then I extract it. I just right click, I extract it, and then I double click it, and then I double click it, but I had my VMware installed. So now it is telling me everything is okay, because it's telling me the virtual machine summary, guest operating system is Ubuntu, networking is a private, and net, and all this type of things. So I just say okay, and then I will upgrade if I want. So let me do upgrade. So I'll close it, this one. So let it come back. For that reason, we will have a Gns3 and a VMware connected to each other. So do you see here on the top, VMware, a Gns3 VMware. So we're just waiting. So now it comes back up, and then it has this 192, the IP address 192.168 and 181.2. So 192.168.181.2. okay, so let me come here, and then let me double click my Gns3. So this one, let me just eject this one, and then I will go to Gns3, double click it, and then it says okay, it just needs my BRE to allow the firewall and stuff like that. It's the first time, so it is okay. So what I'm gonna do now, I am going to go preference, because I went file, not file, I went to edit, no, I went to Gns3 preference, and then I'm gonna say GNSVM. So it has a GNSVM, and it has like everything that I needed. So this is the default. I will not recommend you to change. And then if I go server, now it has a hosted binding, this one. So this it has now, it picked it automatically. It is the IP address of the server of the Gns3 VM. So if you go to Gns3 VM, it had 192.168.181.2, and this one it has a 192.168.181.1. so one has a 1, the other one has a 2. Sorry about that. Where is it? This one is .1 and this one is .2. This one is .1 and this one is .2. So now we are set. So what am I going to do? What I'm going to do is I have to go Gns3 and then preferences again, and then I will go to console, and then this is the application that Mac runs to open the session, or like a secure CRT. So in Mac is a bit difficult to use booty or booty, whatever you call, P-U-T-T-Y, booty, but you have to buy as well a secure CRT. So there's no way that you can use it unless you buy, or unless you know the trick is how to use booty on it. But I will use the default console application for the telnet. So now what we have to do, that is the side of opening the, for example, when you add the image. So now what we're going to do is, like, you go Gns3 preferences again. Now I want to add iOS router, and then I already have iOS router, but if I want to, I will go here, and then I will run this iOS on my local computer, because this one is a dynamic. Okay, next, and then the iOS is here, but the iOS location is, if I say like new image now, because this one is existing image, if I go to new image, then I have to browse. When I browse, it will show me where I had my images here, this one or this one. So let me just use, for the sake of this demonstration, for this one. Okay, but you have to have these images and download from the internet or do whatever you want. I have an existing image that I put in, but I want to do a new image just to show you, and then browse, and then you go the file that you have in your computer, you direct it to it. So I directed it just picked it previously, because as you see now, it is I downloaded the image and everything. I downloaded the Gns3 and everything from new, but it is still showing. I still remembering my all iOS. So I say open, and then when you see here, then you say next, and then you just keep going next. And this says this iOS is already existed, change the other name. So I don't want to change it because it's already there. So I'll just use my existing image, but that's how you do it. And then because it's already here, so I don't need to add anything. So I say okay. But if you want to change anything, you see, you go edit, and then you can increase the RAM size, the slots, and advanced. Now these are not very important, but the slot is, if you want to add more ports, you just choose from here. But I filled it, as you can see before, like on the previous versions. And here is the disk, so you can increase the RAM. That's the only thing that you can do, and this is just a journal. So let me just say okay, then okay. So now if I go here, before that I have to create I have to create a test. So let me say test Gns3, for example, just like one lab, and then it gives us this window. And then if I move this one to it, because I already have it, the image, and I showed you how to do it, then if I double click, now it is not on, so I have to right click or start, or I can start by pressing here, and now you can see your router. If it is off, if it is, let me turn it off. If it is off, it becomes red here. You can see it's red. So if I turn on here, it becomes green. So if I double click, now it will open with the default console that I was telling you about. So I double click, console. I just wait for a bit because the computer is a bit slow. As you can see, it's not opening. I found out some problem. So if we go back, the reason is that if we go back to Gns3 and go preference and leave the default, go console application, if we leave the default, it is not opening for us. So if I click it how many times, for example, if I click and say console, it is not opening. So what we're gonna do to fix this issue, we go Gns3 preference, and then we go to console application, and then you click here edit, and then it says like iTerm 2.22.x. so we don't want that. What we want is terminal tablet experimental. Choose that one to open, and then click, and then OK. And then if I click 2 times, it has to open. Now you see it is open. So you can say like config no IP domain lookup. There's the 2 first thing, and no login. So no IP domain lookup it helps to you. Look, let me do IP domain lookup like the default. So now if I write some rubbish thing, and if I go like that, oh now yeah, it is good. Now it's helping you. So I mean, normally it says like it gets stuck and it tries like to resolve it like 222 like 252525. so it gets responded like this, translating the domain server. But now I think it is a latest version, so they just fixed it. Before it used to take like 1 minute or something, like a good time. I mean a lot of time, you know. So when you are configuring something, it was giving you. Now it's translating, he said, domain server, and then it used to take a long time. The people who used it before, they know it, but now they fixed it. However, no IP domain lookup will help you anyway, like, you know, to stop this translation. And then no login synchronous means it stops you. You have to go to line console first. Line console is the one we always, line console 0, and then this is what we say like line no login synchron. Okay, where is it? Let me just, no login, it means like it stops, like, you know, these logs that comes up time after time. So no login synchronous, and then this the 2 things that you have to see. So this is the router path. We've done the router path, and I showed you the configuration of this. And now let me go back and use, and I'll try to download, if I can, you know, the viral image. So if I go here and if I go to chemo, I already downloaded, as you see it. So it remembers my mouse. But what we have to do is that if we want a new image, we just go, because when you don't have an image, it will be blank. So you go to new, and then you will tab it here, not here. Now it's a local. So the normal router, I choose this option. But when you are connecting to the Gns3 VMware, or like you want the images that support the VMware, Gns3 VMware, you just click run this chemo VM on Gns3 VM, and then you say next, and then you download. I mean, you just paste it. not actually paste. Okay, run this QEMU VM on my local machine. Okay, if you keep this the recommended to run QEMU is Windows and OS to use the Gns3 VM. Yeah, so this is what you have to press, this one, and then you say next, and then you will get the image. Let me try, like for example, okay. So what you do when you click this one, then you can say next, and then you make a name. So for example, layer 2, L2, L2 switch, L2 whatever, layer 2 for example, a switch, whatever, and then you just click next, and then it will give you the binary, your path. So I already had this path, so it's still remembering me, but that's how you have to do. So you say next, and then it is telnet, and then you say next, and then existing image, it is here, this kid, this is what it is. So if I go to new image as before, I go browse, and then I will go to QEMU, this QEMU here. I don't see anything, but I still have some. So you see all your images here, and then you say okay, and then you finish it. Okay, that's how it is. Hopefully it helps you. So now if I want to go to my switching, I already have a server ASA, but I don't think it's working because I think I lost the images. Okay, and that's why it is not showing. It is showing me like I cannot take it up. If I take this one, it's the same. So I think I lost it, the Gns3 and VMware. So let me delete this. Let me delete this. As soon as I lost, let me delete all this. As soon as I lost, we delete all this. Okay, if I go now new, then I have to run, and then I click next, and then I will do layer 2, and then I will go next, and then this is the patch it gives me, so I will not bother it, and then I will go okay, telnet, because it gives you all this option. You don't need it, just telnet, and then click next, and this is the disk image, but I need a new image, and then let me go here and find from downloads. That's what I used to have in here. Okay, so I've got layer 2 at Gns3. I open, and then I will finish. But I don't want this. I will delete. So what I will do, there is another way that I can do it. I will go here, file, and then I will import the appliances. There's another way to download it. So instead of going to preferences and then clicking the QEMU, and then I still have it, QEMU VM. Let me download. I deleted all of these. I delete all of it, and okay, if I go back preference, I don't have it, I have nothing right now. I only have this one. So instead of going here and going to QEMU and then there is another better way that you should solve the problem, like and try to add the images here. Like if you say QEMU and then like I did, and then choose this option and then click next, and then write something like layer 2 and then say like next, or ASA if you want, if you are running firewall ASA, you know, just the name. So L2 in my case, and then you say next, and then you keep saying next, and then you say okay telnet, and then you go to this. Is, you know, there is a better way to do that. So the better way to do that is, because this one is not going to work might be, but the proper way is to import the appliances. So you have to go to Gns3.com, and they have appliances, something they call appliance. You go to documentation, no sorry, not documentation, you go marketplace, and then you just search here appliances. You just search here appliances. So you see like import Gns3 appliances, and then this is the direction, okay, but we go to appliances. So this is the appliances. So if you want to download with ASA, VMware, Ubuntu, these are all appliances, so you have to download this one first. Okay, let me go back this. And so the better way is, I already have the appliances, so I imported the appliance, and then that's the Gns3 appliance, and then I have one for my Gns3, where is it, Gns3 layer 2. I have to find in here Gns3 iOS V, iOS Linux, Ubuntu, Windows Server. I put it here. So I've got these appliances right here, then I click OK, and then this is the installed appliance, the VM recommended. You see the one it clicked for us, and then I will say OK, and then I will say OK, and then I already have these images in my computer, so I will just click that one, and then I will go install, yes, and then I already installed it, and you see the green and everything is fine. So if I go here now you see I can take it, and then I can write this one, switch 1. Okay, good. So if I go here and click to be on, you see the switch now is on. So if I double click, you know, we just wait until the character comes back. You know, you see like it is starting, because it takes time, because it is a viral is kind of like real image, so it is taking a bit of time sometimes. Yeah, but the best way I would tell you is to get a secure CRT to use it. You know, so now sometimes, because what it does, where is it, sometimes, you know what it does, it does just it, you know, when it is using two appliances like router and the switch, you know, this thing, it brings a bit of problem. So what I will do, I'll just shut off this one, and then I will only shut off this one as well, and then I will start this one, and then I will say like okay console. So now you see, because if you open two sessions, like one router, one of these, it's going to give you a problem. But now you see like now it's booting, is very well. But now if I go back to switch to router and then say like okay console, you see now the router itself is working. So I'll terminate this. So this one is the switch that we are using, and this one is the router that we are using, and it's tabbing. It's experimental, it is tabbing. And I hope you have understood very well, and I tried to do it my best to help you out, guys, and thank you very much. But before you do that, before you watch or after you watch, please give me the like and subscribe button. Please give me a like, subscribe and share. Thank you so much. Have a great day.